In this session, we're going to have a look at how to share a portion of your screen, rather than the whole screen, just a section of your screen via ScreenHaven. Okay, so let's go into ScreenHaven here, and instead of going to subscribe, I'll go into publish. And the reason why you might want to show just a portion of your screen is that it may well be that you're working on other areas of your screen which you don't want others to see. It could be that what you want to show people is only small. It could be that there are other areas on your screen which are confidential that you're working on. You might just have your notes up there while you're talking about another area of your screen. All sorts of reasons might be why you only want to show a portion of your screen. Okay, so let me go on and turn on the sharing. I'll make it available to this group and come in here to share, and so you can see that by default it's set to share the whole screen. Now in this case I'm going to ask it to share a portion of the screen, but before I choose it, let me just bring up a presentation that I want to show to people. So here's a PowerPoint presentation being shown through OpenOffice, or in this case it's Mac version NeoOffice. And so here's the presentation that I might be wanting to make available for others. Now you can see there's a lot of stuff around the screen that I don't need. So let me just close down these slides here, and I'll close down this section here. And to get rid of the grey area, I'll just shrink it down into a portion of the screen that's the size of I want. So say something about half the screen's worth. Okay, so now what I can do, I can still move through the slides. Instead of using the up and down key, I can use the page up and page down key to move between them. And let me come down here, and now I'll change it. Instead of the whole screen, I just want a portion of the screen. So when I choose portion of the screen, you'll notice this transparent window shows up. It's transparent so we can see through to the screen behind to see exactly and line up exactly where we want it to appear. Now it's got a slider along the top here, or along the bottom here, so we can make it more or less transparent. And so usually it's see-through enough, so we'll move it into the top left-hand corner. We'll then use the stretch box to stretch the window down to the size that we need there. So that is now marking out completely the size of the presentation that we wanted to share. So when we're ready, we can now, I'll just bring it up so you can see, I'll click on the OK button, and you can see up the top here that we are sharing from 14,186 down to 575,554. So even though that window, that little transparent window, is no longer available on the screen, it remembers how much of the screen, what actual area to share. Now it's important, since we've already marked that out, not to go and move this window around now. We can bring it to the front, we can hide it, whatever, we can shrink it away if we wanted to, and when we bring it back up it'll be in exactly the same position it was before. You can see what it's sharing by this little preview window down the bottom here, so you can see that we have accurately grabbed the bit that we want. If you're not sure if it is the right amount, you can click on that again and resize it until it does give you exactly what you want. So if I move that up down, you can see that we've actually got the bottom of the screen as well there. Okay, I'll leave all of the other options alone and click on Start, and what that means is that now we can go on with a presentation. We can call people up, we can talk on a teleconferencing phone call, we can everybody can see exactly this screen here that I'm sharing. Every 15 seconds it's set to automatically send a copy up to the cloud. If the screen hasn't changed, which it is very unlikely to change, it won't bother sending another copy up. So it's only going to update, send up to the cloud if what's on the screen has actually changed. Okay, we can now, as we're going through the presentation, people can make comments. I can read the comments. People can talk to one another. If we do want to move to the next slide, I can come and go page down here. That's moved on to the next one. So we can go through the different pages of the slide until we get to whatever, going through the presentation until we get to the end of it. Now, to show that it is actually working, let me bring up the subscribe window. Let me bring that up here. I'll just move it out of the way and go view. That's going to bring all of the images down from the server. So there you go. That was the start, going through the different images, and there's only one picture per image up to the server. Now what we're doing here is actually using the publish to send this screen up to the server, and using the subscribe to send that same image back down to my own computer. So in my circumstance, it's going up and down at the same time. Now we don't actually need this window to be open, but we can shrink it down if we want, put it down into the dock, or bring it back. It doesn't really matter. It's because it's not actually it's involved in. We can't close it because otherwise it'll stop sending information up and down. Now what it means now is that if I can now have a set of notes or something like that that I'm reading from, which nobody else can see. I may have facts and figures on the side. If I wanted to change over from one set of notes or one presentation to another, what I can do is come down here and go pause, which will stop the sending of this left-hand presentation going up. I can then come along to share. I can now, well, this one has actually got a whole lot of text on the right-hand side. I don't really need that, so I'll close down the sidebar there just to get a bigger image. And I'll come along here and say set. I'll move the proportion, the area that we're actually wanting to share from that left hand side now over to the right hand side, and go OK. You can see it showing up on the in the preview window of the publish. So I'll go start again, and now this left hand side of my desktop is no longer being shared. I can do whatever I want here, knowing that it's now the right hand side image which is being sent off. So you can see there that's where it is. And again, I can move. This is a PDF, a portable document format document. This one was a PowerPoint, so we can jump between sharing the PowerPoint screen or the PDF screen or Word or Excel or any other document that you may want by pausing, jumping in between, and sharing portions of your screen. Okay, let me just verify that has worked again. Let me bring up the subscribe. I'll just go view again to bring down my images, and we should see, there we go. Now my window's over the top of it. Be nicer if I was viewing a larger screen, but I've got it shrunk down. So there you go. There's the original PowerPoint, and there's the one version of the PDF document having been sent up to the server. Again, as I said, it doesn't have multiple versions coming up because it hasn't actually changed. The text is the same, so even though multiple lots of 15 seconds go by, it only writes the one version up there. Okay, so that is how we share a portion of our screen to the cloud, share it out to as many users as we want to, use it in a teleconference using ScreenHaven. It'll keep the last 10 screens by default at the moment with the free version of ScreenHaven. If you do want more, you can upgrade to the ScreenHaven Pro, which will give you up to 1,000 back screens to store up there. Okay, thank you and goodbye.